The Intimate Enemy by Ashis Nandy was published in 1983. In this book, Nandy explores the ways in which colonialism damaged the colonizing societies themselves and how the likes of Gandhi resisted their rulers in British India by building on the lifestyle, values, and psychology of ordinary Indians and by heeding dissenting voices from the West. Taking the idea of psychological resistance to colonialism, the book investigates the psychological structures and cultural forces that resisted the culture of colonialism in India. Nandi borrows his theoretical framework from psychological anthropology and Freudian social psychology. The book has two essays. The first is The Psychology of Colonialism, Sex, Age, and Ideology in British India. It presents a psychological perspective on how colonialism works, identifying the distorted self definition as the danger in the colonial experience. It studies homologies between sex and age roles and roles attributed to groups in colonial political ideology. Colonial ideology employs the idea that the colonized should be imagined as non adults with characteristics of simplicity and sub rationalism. The second essay, The Uncolonized Mind, a post colonial view of India and the West, explores the legacy of colonialism. The Intimate Enemy breaks the binary and challenges unilinear relationship between the colonizers and the colonized. Nandi differentiates between the first colonization, the military conquest, and the second colonization, the colonization of the mind. Colonization for Nandi is a state of mind. Colonialism stands on two colonialist ideologies: gender, where hypermasculinity is privileged, and adult is valorized over child. The consequences of colonialism are not in the seats of political power, but in the minds of human beings. In order to perpetrate colonization of mind, the cultures of colonizers and colonized have to be altered and come to a consensus and a shared consciousness. In the process of coming to shared codes and managing dissent, both agents became hybrids and their self definition. In this way, Nandi challenges the colonizers about the effects that the colonization had on themselves. In the second essay, Nandi argues that colonialism of mind continues in the post colonial world in the guise of modernity. The development experts of today are the product of missionaries, ideologues, and administrators who furthered the white man's burden to the colonized. Nandi's analysis of Kipling shows how he presents colonialism as a moral enterprise that justifies colonialism as a legitimate conquest. In Aurobindo, Nandi sees a perfect foil to Kipling. In Gandhi, we see Indian materialism and Indian spiritualism resolved. The uniqueness of Indian culture lies in its ability to live with cultural ambiguities and to soothe them, to build psychological and even metaphysical defenses against cultural invasions.